SoccerBeat, what?
Guys, welcome to Talking Pirates. Not one of our better days. Thanks for joining us again. Yeah, we've had a couple disappointing days in the last couple months, and today was definitely one of those days. Stellenbosch goes down to 10 men after about 35 minutes. Pirates play against 10 men for 60 odd minutes, and we can't break them down, guys. Frustrating day at the office for sure. A couple cracks starting to show, body language not good. Not one of our better days. Even Jose Riveiro in his post-match looked pretty down and depressed about the whole situation. We struggle to break down teams when they sit in a low block. I don't know why we didn't go to two strikers up front. Would have loved to have seen Mabasa and Machopa up front in the last couple minutes. Yeah, there's a couple things we need to talk about. Obviously, the red card, Mofokeng, his form. Sundowns go ahead and win. Let's just talk about where this leaves us now for the rest of the season. Can we break down teams? And look, I just don't want the season to fall apart for Pirates. I think we're still in a very good position. The season's been very positive. I think it's just very difficult when you're chasing Mamelodi Sundowns, one of the best teams in Africa. And we set ourselves this massive target, and when we fall short, it feels like devastation. So, yeah, Cheesy, what do you say? I mean, just the fact that we couldn't get a goal today. 10 chances, I think, but it didn't really look like we were going to score, in all honesty. How did you feel about that?
Disappointing, Mikey. You know, I think before the red card, it looked like, you know, we might get a goal there and there, and things just started to change after a Stellies player was sent off. You know, I think that just raised the flag for Stellies to actually put that bus. And I mean, it's happened throughout the season, you know, especially when you are a big team. You're bound when you play the other so-called small teams that they are going to have a low block, and you need to have a solution to that, you know. And I felt like today we never had a solution after the red card, how to break down that low block of Stellies, because
Cheesy, would we have been better off if they'd stayed with 11 players? Do you think we would have been better off if they stayed with 11 and they tried to actually attack us?
Because I think that was better because, you know, knowing Vark, I think he's an open coach. I mean, you look at how they approached the game. Those before the red card, they were really attacking Pirates. They were really, you know, it was like an open game, you know. And there were moments where I felt like, okay, we might create just that one or two chances and score, you know. And I think the red card worked as a disadvantage for us because we just did not know what to do. I mean, we had a lot of numbers during the build-up, whereas Stellies was no longer pressing high after the red card. And it just made things worse, Mikey. Worse is that we still kept two holding midfielders, still four at the back. You're building with 6 against 3 at the back. For me, I just felt like decisions were supposed to be taken even on the field by the players. I mean, push your fullbacks up, hold the 3, take out one holding midfielder, you know, try and add firepower because you need the result, Mikey. I mean, these are the things that they'll be facing in the Champions League. You know, I mean, when you're really chasing for something, there's times where you just need to throw in the whole kitchen. I think Moeneeb said it in our messages. Gooi die hele kusse, gooi. You know, gooi die hele kombuis, my bro. Alles is daar. But now, if you're gonna sit there like you play, it felt like we're playing an away game in the Champions League where, okay, 0-0 is still fine. No, we did not need that, Mikey. And for me, why was not Machopa introduced? Let's go with 2 strikers. Yes, he has not done that before, but this game demanded that he had 2 strikers because Stellies could not even do something on the transition. So you had the ball the whole 45 minutes, you know, and we just couldn't do anything. We never created a clear-cut opportunity. I don't think there's a moment where we had a clear-cut opportunity or a goal-scoring opportunity where we would say, okay, maybe the finishing let us down. That's poor, man. Yeah. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Moeneeb, I mean, how worrying is that we have 70% possession, we don't really create anything, and the fact that we're saying here that we would have been better off if they stayed with 11 players on the field, which just tells us that we cannot break down a low block defense even when it's just 10 men. How worrying is that? What do you make of that?
100%. And we have the ball in the wrong areas. That 70% is all in the wrong areas. Because like you said, we created absolutely nothing. You know, I thought that, for the first time, I think that our coach just lacked a little bit of bravery tonight. We needed to be brave. Fearful because listen, like that's I say, we worried about the league. What? If you're worried about the league, you're so far off. Throw everything. You got nothing to lose. Throw everything. Be brave, But yet because we so structured in our mindset in going forward that if for example the team goes down to 10 men, we're still stuck with the 3 defensive midfielders. We brought on Tito quite late. With Tito, for me personally, looked like he's not interested at the moment. He wants to start the game. We mentioned that in the week. It just looks to me as well the same attitude. Like, listen, I want to start. So if I come on, I don't have that impact. Where he could have had a mindset to say, listen, now I'm going to show coach I want to be the first 11. They have that mindset, brave and fearless. But we with a team like Stellenbosch, they're a fit team, they're an athletic team. Yeah. Even with them going down to 10 men, they're still gonna be hungry and still gonna be fighting and still gonna be giving everything, especially at home in Cape Town as well. So we needed to have a different mindset. They structured, we structured. At the times like this, we don't need structure. Bring chaos. Yeah. That's the time when you bring chaos. You throw on like Cheezy say, bring on Magopa. Make them do things, because Magopa, as much as sometimes he's a headless chicken, in this time when everything is structured, that headless chicken is going to make runs and going to tear the defense apart, because he's going to run into areas where it's going to destabilize them. And that is what we needed. So a lot of tonight, we just looked for me like we had no plan B. And the plan B was chaos, bring Magopa on, take off the Mosele early, just for a tactical change, take him off. Sit with Cash there. Cash can break down everything because we know we have the numbers already with their man less. Then you throw forward. So now they forced to deal with situations that is not planned, not structured. Where Magopa will make runs, bring on 2 10s, because as much as in Glodlo as well, he can go forward, but that's not his mindset. His mindset is still to play from deep and sit there. Yeah. So that is not what we need. We need them to be occupied and be busy there, which lacked bravery, my mind was just going chaos. That's what we needed, was chaos. And the coach lacked that bravery for me tonight. We never criticize. We always do it constructively, but sometimes the game do not need tactical manipulation. No, it just needs, listen, what the game needs now, chaos. Let's feel free. Let's just go at them, throw everything at them. That's sometimes what the game needs with 10 men. And we never.
What it makes me think of is like, in a boxing match, when you lose, there's 12 rounds. It looks like we've lost the first 8 rounds. Like, we've only got a couple rounds left here. There's no point going out there jabbing now. We need to go out there with big haymakers, try to finish the fight. Like, there's no point in us trying to get draws now. It doesn't count for anything. Yeah. We should just be going out like, if we lose tonight, does it hurt us that much? If we just throw caution to the wind, go 3 at the back and just start getting the ball in the box, create chaos, and let's go for the haymaker. Let's try to knock people out.
Mike, this is what you need in a game like this. This is what you need, Mike. Get out. Who's This is the type of boxing match we need. What's they must think like, whoa, what is happening here? What's happening here? It's subtitles. That mean what I said was, what is happening here? It sounds different when the keepers out, and I'm saying, what's happening here? But that is what we need, man. Just, yeah. No, because now the game is like this. I know what you're going to do. The 10 is going to go there. The 6 is going to go there. Football is like that. It's tactical. We don't need tactics now. Teeth out. Sweater over the head. Let's go. Let's just be crazy. Because what you got to lose, man? What you got to lose?
Yeah. Another thing, Mikey. The coach tried to make a little bit of a tactical change where he took Nkota to the left and he brought Relo to the right. So now you're getting your wingers playing right up, trying to cross the balls. But cross for who? For Mabasa alone. You understand? For me, it was like, okay, what's the idea? Okay, yes, they play inverted when they start the game. Now you're seeing that you can't break down the defense. Now you put them wide. So now the balls are coming into the box. But Stellies is just clearing. We don't have the presence of Magopa there. Mabasa, yes, he's good aerially, but he's alone. There's not really. You have a Relo, you have a Maswanganyi, like you said. In fact, I'm not happy with Tito. In fact, I just feel like he just needs to change his. I don't know. I don't want to say maybe attitude, but maybe his approach and him being a team player. You have to be a team player, Mikey. I'm not going to start all the games, but I must make sure that when I come in, I make a difference. Look, the sub was made. People never really gave us anything. Lost the ball.
Jeez, when I think of this, and Moeneeb will know, Mark Mayambela, when you needed someone like Impact off the bench, 30 minutes to go, and you brought on someone but then then he came on and he was buzzing and get on the ball and he cooking and the crowd's going, but like Tito just comes on like Just walk around the pitch. Come on the pitch and bring energy. Like, give us something. Like the crowd is just looking to hang on to something. If you show them that you're in the game, give me the ball, and I'm going to take on somebody. You're going to bring everybody. But it just, like, I don't know what's going on, man. And
disappointing.
Lackluster,
man. Let's take a break. Let's go to a Betway promo so we can cool down. And we'll come back in a few.
How would you like to win a little something extra just for joining the best in the game? For a limited time, we are teaming up with Betway and giving all of you access to a SoccerBeat exclusive. If you join Betway using the sign-up code SoccerBeat, now in March, you get 25 Rand extra bet. That's right. It's time to get way more out of every bet. Standard T's and C's apply.
And we are back. Thanks for sticking with us, Pirates fans. I know that you're feeling just the way that we are feeling right now. So, we're all sympathizing. We're all in this together. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Only 25% of the guys that watch this channel are subscribing. We're all in this together. We all win together. We lose together. Hit that subscribe button. Let's all get together, Pirates fans. We're all here together, and we're all in this, and we're going to bounce back together, hopefully. Guys, it's a bit of a positive spin on things. Cheesy, how does Mofokeng, we're not getting the best out of him at the moment. He's trying his heart out. We can all see that he's really trying the best to get the most out of a pretty tricky situation. I mean, what advice can you give to Rele to make the most of the current situation? He's struggling with a little bit of form at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think it's there for all of us to see, but I think it boils down to the teammates, man, because sometimes, Mikey, I think a lot of pressure has been put on the boy, and I think Coach Augusto Palacios mentioned it in our last interview with him, where he said, yes, he's a good quality player, but he just does not like the pressure that's been put on the boy to carry the whole Orlando Pirates team. And I mean, it's just shown in the past games. And remember, I don't think the boy has missed any game. I think he started most of the games, and people are expecting a consistent performance. But you forget that Pirates is not a one-man team. You understand? And as a youngster, you cannot give the load to that boy to try and create and score and defend. That's just not going to happen. I think we're at a stage in the season where fatigue starts to creep in, Mikey, and whether the coach is managing him well, we don't know. But the most important thing for him right now is to revisit the start of the season, how he started, and also analyze what went wrong from the first 7-8 games, how defenders were approaching him to what they're doing now. Obviously, Mikey, when you perform well, I, as maybe a defender that will be coming up against you in the following game, I'm going to analyze you. I'm going to see that, okay, the threat of Orlando Pirates is coming from Rele. So if we nullify Rele, there's nothing that's going to come from Orlando Pirates. And I just feel that's where we are lacking. We are lacking players that can also rally behind Rele. I know that sounded a bit of like a Ramyana, like a mean studio. Yeah, they must make sure that they rally behind the boy, protect him as much as we want him to do all the nice things, create, score goals. But sometimes when it's not working, who's sharing the load? That's my question. Yeah. If ever Rele is going through what he's going through now, who else is there to share the load and say, okay, we can maybe have a Rele start off the bench, come in as a sub and change the game? Because of obviously he's got so many games under his belt, Mikey. As a young player, you are going to get fatigued. There's a lot of media hype. There's talks every game. He's the standout player. Somewhere, somehow, it's going to catch up with you. And that's what Coach Professor Palacios emphasized, that please do not put so much pressure on him, because this might derail the boy. He might get into this poor run of form, and then we start judging him, we start accusing him, which is not a good sign. We should be encouraging him and making sure that he's always fit and ready for all the other games that are coming up, So I think coach also has to protect him. Sometimes start Nkota on the left. Yes, we don't have a right winger. Put Shandu on the right. Let Rele come in as a sub. Try mix things up. Let him get that little bit of rest. Let him also get the hunger. Because sometimes, Moeneeb, Mikey, if I'm a regular all the time, I think there comes a time where I also start to relax, because I know I'm starting the game.
Yeah.
I know that you guys depend on me to create things. So sometimes, like what he's doing with Tito, he put Tito on the bench. But now Tito does not have the right response. For an example, when I was put on the bench, Nipi, I knew that, okay, if coach gives me 15 minutes, I want to show coach that I deserve to start. You understand? As much as it's a tactical change, but I'm raising my hand and saying, coach, yes, I want to make an impact, So yeah, let's protect Relo, guys, and hopefully he'll get his form back.
Yeah, Cheesy. I mean, I personally, I wouldn't ever put Rele on the bench. I think out of all of our players, he's the one shining light still. He's the one who tries every game. He's still, I mean, even tonight, if anyone was going to score, it was going to be him. He had 1 or 2 moments where he can, especially against a low block. I mean, I don't know if anybody else who could have really created something. He tried a little bit. I just think there's a way we can manage him better, or we just need to shift the load off him, and maybe if we had other guys that were taking more responsibility, it would help.
It boils down, Mikey, it boils down to the depth that we always spoke about in terms of replacing like for like. Nipi, if you take out a Terminator, Dikgang Mabalane, you put it close to Kholela. You're getting the same pace, you're getting the same energy from that player. You understand? You take out a Joseph Makanya, you put a Cheese. You take out Cheese, you put a Patrick Twala, you put a Joseph Makanya, you put a Gift Liremi. You understand? So that's what we are lacking right now. And I think maybe going forward into the next season, I think they should have a look into that in terms of having like for like, so that if a certain player is going through
Don't say that name, eh? Don't say the name that starts with an S, eh? Don't say that name, please.
Okay.
Eh? We're not saying.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not going there. I told you that chapter is closed. Anyway, continue, Mikey. Let me close my Bible.
Please. Thank you. We're not going there today. Don't say that name that starts with an S, please.
Yeah, because then it's going to be a whole topic again of why. That is why we're not. No, it's not that. We were just not thinking tonight. We weren't using our brains tonight, and like Cheese has emphasized, and perfect analogy as well of or analysis of the game of how things play out. This is what is needed. We see it as a supporter's point of view from the top, and we see things and we understand things from a player's point of view. And those things are important points that he brings across as well, because especially like he said with Rele as well, sometimes you get into that place where sometimes the team depends on me. Now I'm going to overtry. And then that's when things don't work for you. So we share the load. Coach must understand that. Yes, we understand we have his set players, but we have to think of this, take the lesson, like Cheesy said as well, prepare for the next season where we get that like for like. We don't change up a lot if we do make those changes, and we don't just solely depend on a youngster because it's not fair on him. Yes, he carries that load of saying, listen, I can take this, but we still understand his position. We still understand his mindset. He's still growing into the game. He's just on a high level of form at the moment, but that's going to dip as well because we are being overused, overtired, and overthinking and overtrying. And that sometimes lead to the downfall of players. It's such a great point that you guys make as well.
Yeah. Okay, guys, quickly before we go, we have to chat about the game on the weekend. We would have loved to have been going into that game with a bit more momentum. Obviously, we would have loved for there to have Sundowns to have dropped points tonight and for Pirates to have won, and then we can start to get a little bit excited. But now we are 18 points behind, only 4 games in hand. Best case scenario, we're ending up 6 points behind them if we win all our games in hand. What's the best, the most positive outcome we can get from the game on the weekend? Can we get excited about something? Can we go toe to toe with them? Because at the end of the day, we might be meeting them again in the Nedbank Cup final. We could be meeting them at Champions League final. It's very important that we show that we can compete and that we can beat them in important games. So I think it's like we need to find a new sense of energy because it feels like there's a bit of a lull. Even Riveiro's press conference was very low energy. We need to pick ourselves up and go again for the weekend.
You know how we should approach this game? Let's see if we can have a plan B. Let's see if we can come up with something different. Let's see if we can not match them for whatever, but let's see if we can outsmart them in different ways. We saw what happened toe to toe. Okay, so now we understand toe to toe doesn't happen. Let's see if we can do something else. Let's see if we can. Those are little things that we have to try so that they can also leave. Because I told you about the eggs, and look now the eggs have increased. Now it's 1.5 dozens. So now no chance. Even for me, someone that's fasting, there's no chance I can eat all those eggs. You understand what I'm saying? So boom. So now we prepare just for mental battles. I know I'm gonna see you somewhere down the line again. I'm gonna meet you here, and then let's see if you can. How you gonna react if I do this? If I do something different where because I'm gonna meet you somewhere down. That's how we have to prepare. These other 18 games was all preparations for the important ones. Let's look at it like that. Let's see if we can vary up our mindset. Let's see if we can vary up our tactical approach. Let's see if we can vary up our how we're going to make you think about the game. Let's do that. That's how it should be. That's the energy that we should be draining from. Not draining from. We should be taking from as well. Like, okay, listen, we're going to see. And that should go to our technical team as well. to how technical a team as well. Yes, we understand that there is a philosophy, there's a style and everything. But as we can see now, that happens in the season as well, where teams start to figure you out. They figure you out.
Yeah.
So what must you do? There must be an extra plan, If, for example, you see this guy, he smack you, he's bigger than you. Okay, you can't want to go try again because he's going to move you. So what do? Go home, go fetch your friends. Now I come with a new plan. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bully you. Simple, have a different plan. So that is what we have to approach it. That energy of, we're going to see what you're going to do this weekend. We're not coming with the same thing because each of them know each other. And we know there's one way that they never, when we try to match them, never worked. We must have something else now. Be brave, man. Be brave. Be fearless,
Cheesy, quickly, let's wrap it up. Tell us what can Pirates do this weekend to get one over this massive machine in Mamelodi Sundowns?
Well, Mikey, it's going to be a difficult one, in terms of what they need to do at the game. I think I'll just echo what Moeneeb just said. They need to just come up with another plan because, like, toe-to-toe, it never worked, like Moeneeb said. So
do you think we have the capability, Cheesy? Do you think we have the capability to sit in a low block in the same way Stellenbosch did today and hit on the break? Do we have the pace to hurt Sundowns on the break?
I think we do. If you remember, Mikey, the win against Al Ahly away in the Champions League, that's how the team was set up, and you had Nkota running out in those channels. You had Rilo, you had a Hoto, and you had that Makgopa. You can look at Makgopa and think Makgopa is a giraffe. Giraffes have speed, my friend. I don't know how many kilometers, Moeneeb, but giraffes can run.
Endurance run, stamina, power.
Yeah, it's got the stamina. Yeah. So I think maybe if we can approach the game in that manner, and see how it goes, because we tried pressing Sundowns high, we tried the mid block, it just did not work. So maybe try sit on a low block and let them have the ball and see what they have to do and try and play on the counter. And obviously maybe a bit of personnel as well, change a bit of personnel. Sometimes just go with two strikers. When Pirates was the culture was 4-4-2, Mikey, you remember. That's how we were brought up. Two strikers. Yeah. Let's see if you can get the goals. Get that early goal, sit back as well, because even against Stellies today, I think if we had that one goal, it could have maybe made a difference. So, but it's going to be a difficult one against Sundowns. These guys are rolling high. This shoe shining piano, they're shining that shoe each and every week. And Pirates needs to learn from that. There's other games you don't need to perform well, but grind out the results, take your chances, and that's it. Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. I really hope we don't see two strikers up front this weekend, because if we do see that, the chances are that we are losing and we are behind. So I'll hope that we don't see two strikers this weekend. But guys, thank you very much for joining us again, talking Pirates, Orlando Pirates fans. Thank you very much, guys. We're all in this together. Hit that subscribe button. And if you're signing up for Betway, use the code SoccerBeat for extra $25. And we will see you guys on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
SoccerBeat,